Friends, in this video, we are going to see the cyclicality of sugar sector, whether the cycle is going to get accelerated or decelerated. Is it the correct time to buy the sugar stocks? That's the goal of this video. Come on friends, let us see. Despite the cyclicality of the sugar sector, modern intelligence has predicted that between 2024 and 2029, the Indian canned sugar market can grow at the CAGR, compound annual growth rate of 5.2% per annum. So what is the reason for higher profitability and what is the reason for cyclical nature of the sugar stocks? Let us see friends. The various businesses that depends upon sugar as one of the raw materials include bakeries, confectioneries, coffee tea shops, beverages and fruit shops. And this sugar is finding its increased utilization in pharmaceutical sector also, especially in pediatric age group, sugar flavored syrup. And this sugar manufacturers can also earn their fortune through bagasse. Bagasse is nothing but the fibrous byproduct during extraction of sugar from sugar cane. This bagasse can be utilized for cogeneration of power. The sugar manufacturers are strategic enough that they generate power not only to supply the energy needs of their whole plant, but also the surplus power can be sold to any state electricity grid or private energy players. This bagasse can also be utilized for the manufacturing paper and construction materials. We can see that today the phase of the sugar industry itself is changing. It is no more a commodity market selling only sugar. It is diversifying the business into ethanol. Ethanol, we know that it is a biofuel. Ethanol is blended with petrol. This blended fuel has high economic nature, increased energy efficiency, and also environmentally safe, low carbon dioxide emission, low greenhouse gas emission, low carbon footprint. So these are the various streams by which the sugar industries are earning their fortune. Sugar can be sold to the bakeries or confectioneries. Bagasse can be used for generation of power or paper or construction materials, and extraction of ethanol. It is blended with the petrol. Nowadays, distillation business is becoming the major business of sugar industries. And now the question arises, what confers the sugars industry cyclical in nature? So there are three main factors that confer cyclicality to the sugar sector. One is monsoon and drought. Next is supply and demand, and policy and government policies, whether it support or hinder the sugar industry. So these three factors act in unison to accelerate or decelerate the sugar cycle. If the monsoon is favorable, there is increased supply, increased yield of sugar, increased supply of sugar. And the demand is increased during the period of economic hyperactivity, economic opening, domestic consumption is increased. So increased demand for sugar. So increased supply and demand accelerate the sugar cycle. Added on that, if the government policy is also favorable, because the government policy is going to decide the MSP, minimal selling price for sugar. If the government policy is also supporting the sugar cycle, there will be acceleration of this cycle. Now the question arises, where in the sugar cycle we are now? Are we in the peak or are we in the nadir now? If we are in the peak, we are waiting for a great fall. And if we are in the trough, there is a great boom ahead of us. So where exactly we are standing now? Is it the apt time to buy the sugar stocks? So to answer this question, we have to take into consideration several factors, important factors. In the prior financial year, the profitability of many sugar stocks have been dented by two different government policies. One in October 2023 and another one in December 2023. One of the policy restricted the export of sugar. Sugar export is restricted. So the profitability of sugar companies have been greatly dented. Both top line and bottom line is greatly dented. And next policy, restrict the extraction of ethanol from sugar syrup. Extraction of ethanol from molasses is accepted, but from sugar syrup, extraction of high quality ethanol is restricted. So due to these two policies, restriction for export of sugar and restriction for extraction of ethanol from the sugar, the profitability of the sugar businesses is greatly dented, especially the business that depends mainly on the sugar and ethanol business is completely eroded. And now the scenario is changing. There is greater than expected rainfall in states like Maharashtra and Karnataka. Due to this higher than expected rainfall, increase in crop yield, and there is higher closing stock expected in this current sugar year. So sugar year stands for October to September. So current sugar year is October 2023 to September 2024. In this current sugar year, 90 LMT is the closing stock, expected closing stock. LMT stands for lakh metric ton. So due to this higher closing stock, the sugar will be diverted for ethanol extraction. And government already has affirmed 20% ethanol blending target to be achieved by financial year 25-26. Previously, it was a deadline was only 2030, and well ahead of the deadline, we are planning for ethanol blending, 20% ethanol blending. Now we have reached only at the stage of 15% ethanol blending target. This E20 petrol, ethanol blended petrol, is now available in 14,600 fuel outlets. Government is expecting to roll out E20 petrol in all the fuel stations. This will definitely increase the demand for ethanol and in turn increase the demand for sugar stocks. And added on that, government mulls ethanol price hike for 24-25 season. So ethanol price hike is on the plate of the government. Since November 2022, ethanol price has never been increased. And now price hike is on the verge. So these two government policies, ethanol blending and ethanol price hike, these two government policies function together to accelerate the sugar cycle. So concentrate on the sugar stocks that focus both on the sugar business as well as the distillery business, at least those that are opening the distillery plants for ethanol extraction. So concentrating on those stocks, adding those stocks in your portfolio will have definite multi-bagger potential. So that's all friends. Thank you for watching this video and good luck for your growing wealth. Thank you.